Racing gets underway at Canterbury on Friday night. And that means our next guest will be putting in a lot of miles of the track over the next several months. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for jockeys Eikleberry and Lori Keith. Hey, guys. Rye, correct me, you rank as one of the top 10 wins, all-time wins at Canterbury. Is that right?
I guess so. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Are, Rye. Just trust me on that one. Yeah. Now, the show came out there, went out to Canterbury last season. I'm fascinated. I was talking about the sacrifices that you have to make to stay at the top of your game. What is the toughest sacrifice for you as your eyebrows raised? I mean, is it food? Like you're very...
Oh, yeah, I'm 5'9", so food, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like if you go out with the fam and they're all at the Pizza Hut,
I probably eat out a couple times a year.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Seriously, because you have to maintain you have to maintain a certain weight,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, it's even harder for you because you are taller than most jockeys, right?
Yeah, taller you are, obviously, naturally, the more you weigh. So.
Ryan, do you know what's the average height of a
5'2", 5'3".
5'2", 5'3"?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, oh, okay. Well, yeah, there's no Pizza Hut nights for you very often. No. What do you? I mean, if you don't mind me asking, because this is just fascinating to me. Give me like a tip, like what's a typical meal for you?
You know, I'm high protein, low carb, and my wife sells products for a company called Arbonne that does a lot of nutrition products. So, you know, salad, fish, and then maybe a fit chew they sell after would be a typical meal. So.
Oh, that sounds very exciting. That sounds great. I would like to come over in your house and eat sometime. That sounds great, yeah. Lori, let me turn to you. What is it like? I mean, when I think of, maybe unfairly so, when I think of this sport, I think of being male-dominated. What is it like being a woman in this sport?
I think it is male-dominated, but there's been so many fantastic women before me that paved the way that I'm not sure there's so much of a stigma
anymore
now in 2019 as there was in
even 10 years ago.
Right. Yeah. You know, some women before have broken those barriers and proved that.
Have you always wanted to do this?
Horses, yes.
Yeah, horses.
Yeah. I grew up with horses, and there was horse racing down the road, so from where I lived, so it was kind of like a paid hobby.
Yeah. What I was talking with Rye about sacrifices. What's the hardest thing for you getting prepared for the season? Is there a sacrifice that is difficult for you?
I'm a lot luckier than Rye in the fact of I'm smaller.
Yeah.
I think women are probably generally lighter, and I'm naturally around 114, so I'm lucky with food.
Yes. Oh.
I am able to eat, yes.
Can you transfer some of the energy over to me, please? I mean, seriously. How long does it take? I mean, you said you've been doing this for a while. Right, how long did it take for you to train to be good enough that you are now top 10? I mean, how long was your training?
Well, you know, it's all a journey. Some people start off with a bang. I did well as we call it an apprenticeship. Your first year of riding, I won about 80 races, which is good. But I mean, there's better. So it all just depends. It took me 6 years at Canterbury until I was leading thoroughbred rider. So it's definitely a process. So.
Lori, the life on the road, you travel a lot. What's your schedule like?
Yeah, I think probably when you're talking about sacrifices, I mean, that's a sacrifice also. You know, you're traveling, you're moving. Now I'm based in Oklahoma for majority, which is really nice. So I come here with my fiance who trains for the summer in Minnesota. So
is and again, because I'm a novice at this, yet equally fascinated. Is it like baseball, like a baseball field or a football field where if players come to Target Field, there's a different feel of the grass, and some players like playing. Is each track different? And how so?
Oh, absolutely.
I would say so, yeah.
Is
I mean,
it the dirt?
most of them around.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. No, but
But
Thank you, Laurie. I do know that.
But not even that. Some tracks are smaller.
Some tracks are smaller.
Some tracks are more speed biased. Horses want to be closer to lead. Some horses it's easier to come from farther behind.
Surfaces are different.
Surfaces are different. We actually are very lucky to have a turf course and a very good main track here. Probably some of the best in the country. So we're very fortunate.
There's danger in any sport that you do. Do you think about do you have to just put the risk out of your mind, the danger element of the sport out of your mind when you're doing it, or is it ever present?
No, I think, if it is present, you probably shouldn't be doing it.
It's always in the back of your mind, but if it's in the forefront of your mind, it's time to retire.
Yeah, it's time to go and
exactly.
go do something else. So the season, how long is the season at Canterbury? How long does it run here?
We're here for 4 months. We start here Friday, and then
15th,
we get done,
16th?
the middle of September.
And then you go back to Oklahoma for the...
Yeah.
And are you racing all year, both of you, at different places?
Yeah,
pretty much.
I go to New Mexico. I actually rode there yesterday. Got here about 2 in the morning yesterday. So.
Oh my goodness. Okay, wow. Well, thank you for being here. My goodness. And then how many races a day? See, this is I could talk to you guys. This fascinates me.
That can vary. On a card, there's between 9 races.
Yeah, 8, 9, 10. And then it just depends the rider.
On
how many you ride. Some riders might ride one. Some riders might ride all of them. So.
Oh my goodness. And you go you go back to New Mexico on this weekend?
I ride here Friday, there Saturday, Sunday, back here Monday. So.
But it's big racing.
Well, Rye, I am never complaining about travel schedules again. Everybody give it up for Laurie and Rye. Racing kicks off Friday, I should say, at Canterbury Park in Shakopee. For racing information and promotions, the website's at the bottom of your screen. Head to canterburypark.com. And don't forget, if you missed a segment, we'll be posting this a little bit later on our Facebook page.